Shadow Systems DR920. One heck of a gun, and I can't wait to review it for you all. So if you like what you see today, please like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notification. If you really want to help out the channel, check out our Patreon account because we just started it up and we're getting that rolling.
I came from the mud, there's dirt on my hands, strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been...
Earlier this year, you probably saw a review of the Shadow Systems MR920 Elite. When I got that pistol, I was very, very impressed with a gun that came out as a Glock clone with a ton of upgrades for a heck of a deal. At the time, the DR920 was not out yet. And when they came out with the DR920, being a Glock fan myself and how much I love that MR920, I knew I had to try one. I have shot this thing now myself before today, about 100 rounds. I do have that 200 round break-in that Shadow Systems makes very known. Absolutely no malfunctions. This is a Glock 17 size pistol or clone in that respect. However, this one, DR, stands for duty roll. So they're gearing this one towards a duty pistol for police officers. And everything I have seen thus far from this pistol and everything and how it shoots and how light the gun is in a holster when it's fully loaded and everything like that, it does certainly fill a duty role. And speaking from experience and being a police officer and being one for now for almost 10 years, I can tell you that when you're carrying guns and things like that, this pistol has nearly everything you could possibly want. And when I look at this gun, I see absolutely no reason that if you're buying it as a duty gun, that you would ever buy a Glock 17, the plain Jane Glock 17. I think you should go get the duty roll. This duty roll 920 is flat out awesome. Has a really good trigger on there. It is crisp when it gets to the wall, a little bit of that creep that Glocks are known for right there, and then a nice good reset on there that is very audible and you can feel it. It's really nice on there. Okay, the slide serrations that they put on these pistols are fantastic. Tons of grip on there. And today I'm wearing gloves because it's a little chilly out here in Ohio, and just flat out awesome. The optics mounting system that they put on these Shadow Systems pistols is great because you're not stuck to having to get plates. You probably saw our review of the Walther PDP. When I bought the PDP, it had a certificate that you could get a plate. Well, I requested the plate from Walther, never got the plate. Okay, that pistol comes in at $650. I thought it was a really good deal. It is a really good deal if you don't have to buy plates. If you have to go out and buy plates, you're running that pistol up into the $700 range, and then you still have crappy sights. So if you want sights to co-witness or you want something a little better, you would have to get it. This pistol, you don't have to do it. And Shadow Systems, for police officers and military and things like that, they have their Patriot and Protector discount that you can get these at a really good deal. And it comes in at a price that I couldn't consciously tell somebody that you should go buy a PDP over this. A PDP is better than a stock Glock 17. It is better than a lot of the guns out there. I think they're an awesome pistol. However, I'm a little bit turned off by the fact that, from my own experience, I couldn't get the plates I wanted. I didn't want to pay for the plates, and that's why my pistol still does not have a red dot on it. This pistol, you'll see I have the RMR mounted on it, and just flat out awesome. This thing is just the full package for a duty pistol. Full size grip, a good beaver tail back here for you so that you're not getting a slide bite, which sometimes myself with Glock pistols I do get. You know, full size rail so you get your full lights. Obviously you can put anything you want on there light wise. You know, I have the Streamlight on here for us because it works with my Omnivore holster for shooting all these different guns. And grip texture, everything like that. It does have the ledges, a lot like the MR920. They are easy to grip. And this pistol recoil control is very, very nice. It has what people like about Glocks in that low bore axis. I think it is the best duty pistol on the market that you can buy. And I think if you're a serious police officer and you want a serious pistol that's striker fired, this is it for you. Granted, that's my opinion. And if you're not into Glocks, Sigmic's a great one, the PDP's great. But really, if you're somebody that has to shoot Glocks, because that's what your agency says, I bet you could pick one of these up and you'd be super happy with it. So we're gonna shoot it today. We'll go over a little bit more of the other features as we shoot it. So just talk about the Magwell and making those reloads and things like that, and being able to change the grip angle if you want to do that. But let's shoot it and check it out. With the Shadow Systems DR920, you are gonna get two 17 round Magpul magazines. I have seen some people talk about issues with them and things like that, the magazines themselves. I have never experienced any of those issues myself. I see no issues with them. If I was going to use a pistol in a duty capacity, I would probably just run Glock mags in the pistol itself because they're proven reliable. I do have Glock mags today to shoot with it, and you guys will see that, and these pistols are just flat out awesome, and you can run them quick. So a similar thing that I've noticed with the DR920 and the MR920 between the two of them is that the slide release or slide lever itself can be tough to activate or actuate. For me, it's like a 75% of the time I can actually hit that thing and be effective with it. I see that as a downfall, but it can be changed out. If I was going to keep this pistol as a duty pistol and I could carry it, I'd probably go to something more extended like you have on your Gen 4s. And or even something like the CAG Works one that's out there. I think that would be a great upgrade for this because sometimes it's a little tough. Now, however, with the MR920, the more rounds I put down range with it, and once I reached around like that, like, I don't know, 300 round mark, it loosened up quite a bit. It got a little easier to hit, but sometimes I have noticed when you're going to sweep it to come down to release the slide, it's a little tough. So I see that as a downfall. So hopefully Shadow Systems, if you're listening, you gotta change that in my opinion. I'm going to run through a couple different shooting positions that you have to do for the OPATA qualification and run it through its paces. I know it's going to do well. So what you'll see is I was shooting from tuck position was these 3 rounds right here. So I'm showing you guys this, you keep me honest. So, but this is tuck position here. Then I went back to the about 3-4 yard line and did 2 to the chest. Okay, or I did 3 to start with, which was doing really well with that. All that stuff was going well. You saw these ones up here, that is from myself. Of course, practice, round center range, the pistol would be great. But then I did 2 to the chest and 1 to the head, and I was able to run the failure drill there several times and do it really well. And obviously red dots help immensely with that. And in a new age where, you know, they really are here to stay. And I think that if you're looking for a duty pistol, you need a red dot on it, and this is one heck of one to start with. And so I was able to do that, then switched and did some one-handed drills, shooting one-handed, right-handed, tack reload, then go to the left hand and shoot left-handed. And for a pistol that I have very few rounds down range, I'm shooting nearly as well as I do with my SIG duty pistol, which I've got like a plethora of rounds down range. And it's hard not to be happy with this because it's very forgiving on the recoil cycle. Because the Shadow Systems and Glocks in general do such a good job when mitigating recoil with the low bore axis, it's very easy to put rounds down range fast and keep it level and keep it flat and shoot faster. And that's the best part about all of them in general. And that's, this Shadow Systems can absolutely be run hard, be run fast, and I haven't, in the 2 now that I've owned, I am absolutely 100% impressed, and they are worth every penny in my opinion. The Walther PDP, hands down, probably has the most ergonomic grip on the market. It feels really darn good in the hand, and the trigger, absolutely no slouch there. Duty pistol wise, it's absolutely fantastic. They do have some downfalls though, because they're a little bit chunky. They're sometimes a little bit hard to get certain parts for. The magazines cost considerably more than what Glock mags do, but it's an excellent pistol. So what I want to do is do a quick rundown. We're going to compare the two real quick for you. So I'll shoot the PDP first. So the PDP from shooting the Shadow Systems just before this, it's noticeably more snappy. And granted, it doesn't have a light on it right now, and there's a little bit more weight with that stuff, but it just, you can tell, because I've shot this pistol with a light, that it's snappier. It really is. And there's no way to really get around that compared to shooting the Shadow Systems. And so we'll shoot that now. And it's just, the Shadow Systems literally feels like it doesn't recoil in your hand. I don't know how else to get around that. And like I said, give us a second here and I'll show you guys without the light. So took the light off the Shadow Systems to give it a little bit more of a fair shake, and the recoil mitigation with the Shadow Systems and overall feel of recoil, this does not feel snappy whatsoever. That's a full-size PDP. This is a full-size DR920. Both of them, in my opinion, I love my SIGs and I think they're really, really good guns. I could shoot both of these a little bit better than SIG, and duty pistol wise, these ones right here are your competitors in my opinion. But if I'm picking one over the other, I'm picking the Shadow Systems. Let's just make sure. Just snappier. It really is just snappier. That's the biggest difference, because the trigger and grip on this PDP is absolutely fantastic, but mitigating recoil and things like that, I mean, proper grip, you can control that and do all that stuff. It's just, I want to say that this is not as forgiving as the Shadow Systems is. Excellent duty pistol, but again, I have a hard time recommending the PDP to people now because of a bad experience I have had and I've seen other people have with getting the optics plate for these. And it's just the fact that I have to send out to Walther and get that plate for a duty pistol, the fact that I can't go down to every store in America and find the magazines when I need them. As a law enforcement officer, things will break on your gun. Okay, you can buy one gun that you could probably go to about any gun store in America and they're gonna have most of the parts you want, versus another one with the Walther where that's not the case. And I'm not bashing the Walther, it's a freaking awesome gun. I really do love this gun, but being a police officer, it's hard to really recommend it over something like this DR920. Over a regular Glock, PDP all day. DR920, it loses. It really does, in my opinion. The Shadow Systems DR920. For me, this is the best duty pistol on the market. Couldn't recommend it enough. It is one hell of a pistol. Flat out awesome. Shadow Systems, you did a darn good job making the DR920. You may have made a clone, but you perfected it, and this thing is a hell of a value. So if you like what you saw today from Hunt, Fish, Shoot, please like, comment, subscribe, but most importantly in those comments, if you don't like it, I want to know why. Otherwise, follow along next time.